Yeah, I mean, this is probably the most memorable, and it's the one that when you think of like 80s high schooler movie, I think most people would say, oh, Back to the Future, Marty McFly.
I don't think I agree with that. Not because this isn't a classic movie or a beloved movie or like well remembered. But I just think like when people think teen movies, high school movies, they don't jump to Back to the Future necessarily just because Back to the Future is so many different things. It is part teen movie, but it's this sci-fi adventure thing. There's this time travel. Like I don't know. I think Back to the Future just is a lot of things, and especially like how many teen movies or teen comedies can you think of where the second lead character is like a 75-year-old man?
None, I'll be honest. None. And I don't know, this is probably one of the greatest movies of the decade, honestly, for like all ages to enjoy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the key, though, the last thing you said there. I think this is a movie that has something for everybody. Even just in terms of nostalgia, because obviously this movie has a lot of 50s nostalgia, but we all know 80s nostalgia is in, so just like, now, so just even even like this movie's become nostalgic in its own way, even though it's playing on a different kind of nostalgia. But,
Yeah.
I mean, it's got everything. It's got likable, cool teen character. It's funny. It's a sci-fi movie, a time travel thing. It's kind of like a buddy movie because this kid and his 75-year-old best friend.
Yeah.
It's got everything. Yeah. And then I think the big thing too is like the generational thing, like the plot being like his mom is interested in hooking up with him. Like that's like there's something wonderful in that.
Yeah.
I know the answer to this, but I want to quiz you here.
Yeah.
What actor do you think holds the record? I mean, this is an unofficial record, of course, but what actor do you think holds the record for longest time playing a teenager? Because Michael J. Fox did it for a very long time, so that's why I bring it up. But
yeah, I would have said Michael J. Fox, but is it an actor on like an 80s sitcom about high school though? Is that what it is? Or is it oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if any like sitcoms ran long enough, because Michael J. Fox was on a sitcom where he played a teen. I don't know how long that was on. But I think the answer is Seth Green.
Oh.
Who, I mean, and I'm not talking Family Guy because yes, he voiced a teen on Family Guy. That doesn't count.
Yeah.
But a few years ago, the movie came out called I think I've told you about this. It was called The Identical. It's kind of funny. It was a movie that had legal issues even like in production because they were going to make a movie about how an actor looks exactly, or somebody in the 50s, a musician, looks exactly like Elvis Presley.
Uh-huh.
But they couldn't get the rights to Elvis Presley, so they just made up like a fake rock star in the 50s. And there was this Southern guy that looks exactly like him, except they cast an Elvis impersonator, like a very good one, like one who's like won awards and stuff. And so it's very clearly they're trying to do like an Elvis thing, but they can't say Elvis. And I can't remember what his name is. It's like, but anyways, his because I mean the movie spans a few years, obviously, but at least in the beginning, it's he's like a teenager in town, and his best friend is Seth Green, and Seth Green is like probably 45 years old,
he's got
or maybe older.
He's got it.
And the funny thing is, he still passes. He still kind of looks like a kid.
Yeah.
Seth Green.
I actually just looked up a photo of him, and like, yeah, he still looks really young. He looks great for his age.
Another actor who played a teen like 40 years after he should have been playing teens is Ralph Macchio. Ralph Macchio, I believe, is 24 years old in the original Karate Kid.
No, is he?
And yeah. And he's in My Cousin Vinny, which came out almost 10 years later, and he's supposed to be a freshman in college, and he's like 35.
Wow, I would never have guessed it. Well, speaking of people,
so he has a little Seth Green in him.
Yeah. Zemeckis must have a thing for chasing people with vintage cars. Because that's what happened in Forrest Gump.
Well,
right? He gets chased by like a vintage
yeah,
pickup truck.
but you keep saying like vintage. Like, I mean, sure, but I mean, you said that as if like they specifically drive a vintage car when they don't need to. Like, no, I know they drive a vintage car because it takes place in like the 50s or whatever. I mean, it's like you say, like maybe he just has a thing for people being chased with cars, and then it happens to be set in the 50s. That's what I mean.
No, I'm pretty sure. Well,
yeah, that'd be like saying like Alfred Hitchcock really is a thing for vintage cars. 'Cause there's a lot of cars from the 40s and 50s in his movies. You know, it's like what?
damn.
That's when he made the movies. He couldn't help it.
What a fool I
I mean,
feel. What a fool.